Still upset? Yep. Well, we have to deal with this now. Who wards the warders? Much as I loathe to disturb, it's soon after. So soon after what just occurred. I'm afraid circumstances do not afford us the luxury of time. Perhaps it would do him well to speak about recent events concerning both the keyboard and his father. Uh-oh. Creation of the ward which surrounds pandemonium was a challenge to feat of magical prowess. A feat accomplished by none other than Lalafell. That both my father and I bind others in chains is perhaps the only thing that we have in common. Ah, so it is true. I'm Lalafell's son. Bereft of his talents for magic or his brilliant mind, but his son nonetheless. Surely this doesn't come entirely as a surprise. Nay, I had an inkling when you said you have practiced ethereal shackles since childhood. Assuming you haven't been employed here quite that long, it had to indicate some long-held connection with Lalafell. It was Lalafell that taught me how to cast ethereal shackles, but that was it. My further education was overseen by the words of Lalafell, more specifically my mother, who was a researcher there. You did speak of Athena, chief keyword before, Brahit. She was your mother, yes? Whoa! How astute. I can see now why you were chosen to lead this investigation. You were right of it. Athena was my mother. It was she who invited me to join here. Lalafell had nothing to do with it. I see. There is a little love lost between you. There is little love lost between you two. What I cannot see is why Lalafell was appointed chief keyword when another was already in place. Was in place. My mother is no longer with us. Lalafell was all too eager to assume her responsibilities, but nary a moment fared to mourn her. What love do I owe him now? And he offered not one drop of compassion then. He is no longer with us, especially to convey the end of a life. I have known only the public face of Lalafell, while he is for his ability to maintain composure in the face of unknown circumstances. I must admit that all he comes across cold. But can we speak of something else? This topic isn't any fun for me to discuss. First, there are more pressing matters at hand. After all, namely, how to deal with him. Hang on a sec. I'm doing it again. We are yet to see the other warders. Judging by what we know, we can surmise that Hera has confined them somewhere beyond our grasp. And now that he is aware of our presence, he will be preparing for our next encounter. Can I expect to face him on equal footing? Quite the opposite, in fact. Every moment we spend chasing after the creations is another moment he can contrive another advantage for us. The wisest choice would be to find him first and foremost. He said that he has become one with the creation. Perhaps that means he is vulnerable to enemy. Ah. In theory, that should be possible. However, is it enough merely to confine him after all he has done? I need to know why. I need to know what drove him to take everything he worked for. Was it all truly so he could serve his master? In my mind, he merely put Lalafell's work at risk in trade for some nebulous power. Lalafell is the chief keyword of pandemonium. How would throwing it into disarray in his favor? That doesn't make any sense. I share your curiosity, but we must consider that our enemy has us at a disadvantage in every sense. What do you think? Do we seek to put him in feathers, or would it be too dangerous to allow him? I want answers too. Daring as ever, I see. I know not which trials you have faced in your past, but you see you so certain is all the convincing I need. Very well, let us try Asphodelos' plan. Thank you, Ronald. I believe I can shed some light on the nature of our foe. When others spoke with us, I noticed he bore the telltale fangs of the Asphodelos, a beast which feeds off the ether of its prey. Likely that is creation has emerged to test its growth. You mean the sword? The sword that he is wielding? And we know all too well that he can change the environment around him at will. The battle will not be an easy one, but I believe in our victory. And the fourth circle is open. Last raid. This is the big one. They're gonna have to pull all the stops out. Gotta make this interesting. Oh, okay, now it's interesting already. Alright, Dracula. Imitaos. Sorry, are we just have to... It looks like, he looks like something, like, he looks like someone that would, like, Iga's, Castlevania and, like, Bloodstained. That's what his character design kind of really looks like. There is one map. Okay, we're going over here for some reason. These halls are my domain. Yeah, there's a reason why. Did you bring him over here? Because we're kind of trying to provide mechanics. I mean, no offense. Like, range, is it the only ones that exist in the game? What the? I just got like major Twin Peak vibes. Oh, I ran into the spikes. I love Castlevania, but this is just... I've said I've gotten Dark Souls and Castlevania vibes from all this. God, it really starting to feel like Dracula's running the show at this point. Feast upon your evil. Yep, it's Dracula. 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 It's Dracula. Dracula. Oh, there's symbols. Huh. What? Oh, do we only need one person in that? Come over here. Okay. I have to understand. Yes. Oh. Oh. Ho, 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 ho. The rat and amazes. Up the tallest where to go. I'm not standing in that element. Was that the sage? Is that the sage outfit? Oh my god, that looked great. That looked beautiful. Yeah, this fight's gonna be fun on Savage. A lot of people are gonna have fun with the Savage. But this when it comes out of Savage. Even now it's done. They did it. I feel like they did it. I'd punch things for a living. What are you talking about? How chaotic this is. I just want to survive. To live. Oh, not this again. Let's stand up water. Oh no. Do that. I don't like Moana. I don't even. I met you for a time. Oh my god, someone use rescue. Earthquake. I wasn't. Could be worse. You know what? You're right. It could be worse. I want that cape. Pandemonium. Asphodelos is complete. Do I need? Oh, no Sora, no Soratu? What? so rough to it. Okay, I got my that. Oh, I didn't get it. Okay, fine. But I got the gear. I got my armor. Might farm for that. I might actually farm this to get that right away. Get the minion. Now, end this here. Fools, I will not be put in chains. It's expected. So perhaps I should have treated you as more than a mere nuisance. Despite your victory, you shall never have the knowledge you seek. Secrets of my transformation, the secrets of my deception, that would star with me. Don't waste your breath. You have the upper hand now, surely. Yes, my repertoire is not exhausted yet, however. I have failed. My end shall be on my turn. He means to do himself in. He did himself. I remain loyal to your last. Come what I do. How did your ambitions lead you so astray? Rose, you were better than that. Your star shone more brightly than any other in Pandemonium. You had Lalafell's respect, his trust. What more did you seek? That you would forsake all that? Sorry, your legacy besides. He became so blinded by his own desires that he lost sight of his duty. In the end, he lost everything. Plans lie in tatters. Failed to see any dignity. Even so, I would have liked to know why he chose. As was infatuation with your father was his undoing. Perhaps he was so jealous that fate had chosen you and not him to be the Lalafell's son. So terrible this jealousy become that he sought promotion, power that Lalafell would be unable to. How does a pursuit for respect warp one's heart so? How does infatuation with one person turn into contempt for everything else? I've never heard of such. It happens. That doesn't mean it's right. I see, I admit I cannot but find it vexing. Perhaps that sickness is not of my own capacity business. I do understand what it is to have a beacon to follow in dark times. The person you trust to guide you true. How it is to desperately wish their light would fall upon you again. But we have spent enough time assuming the intentions of the departed. There are the living to consider. We must find the other warders and round up the remaining creations forthwith. Of that, at least, we can be certain. I believe I can be of help in that matter. Yeah, the influence of magic is fading throughout, and now is the perfect opportunity to seize control of the facilities and things to their originals. Seize control. Can you really? Not you. Well, yeah. Guess so. I thought we were going to tell him to do it. Gotta believe. What is this presence? What lies beyond that threshold? That is the passage which connects Asphodelos to Abyssios. Be on your guard, you two. Now that Asphodelos is free of obstructions, I can more easily sense disturbances in the lower levels. Something stirs in Abyssios. A warning sigil? How? Let us return to the gates for now. I should like to apprise the situation from there. Needless to say, our investigation is far from over. Although we have defeated Asphodelos, it appears we have but scratched the surface of pandemonium troubles. My head is still swimming with questions. Does this mean that Helena wasn't actually behind this? It is a stark possibility, yes. The root of this crisis may have lie somewhere much deeper than even Abyssios. When we first encountered you, you said the memories of your escape were vague. Your senses were muddled. I believe this was more than the result of a panicked mind. You were made to feel this way by a powerful magical fluid. Possible that the same magic could have poisoned Zo's heart, twisting his affection for Lalafell into a burning obsession. Then in his altered state, he was made an offer of power he could not refuse. Wait, are you suggesting that someone else turned him into that thing? So, that's the reason that you wouldn't stop at him. 3. Our mysterious mastermind does not lack for subjects for his experiments, but more potential abduction. If what you're saying is true, then my colleagues, they're doomed to share the same fate as... Do not lose heart yet. Let's... Espo challenged us to learn, and that tells me that the process of his creation was a long and taxing one. If he was the first Asphodelos, then the rest of the boarders are likely still alive. However, as much as I would like to hasten for into pandemonium, the way forward is sealed. We must focus our efforts on finding a way through. The creation still having free reign of that won't be easy. On the contrary, I yet regain control of the circles, and thus can wield intimate magic within our halls at will. The creatures will pose no threat to us. Just like that? Then nothing stopping us from returning order to... So, I still require your expertise to keep the peace after the subjects have been returned. Refinement. You are the sole remaining warder, after all. Truth be told, I did not expect this investigation to become so involved. Of course, I would like to resolve matters here without resorting to outside help, but... You mean to send a report to Lalafell? It's too soon to say. Let us first find a way into Abysos. It would be best to withhold our judgment until we have ascertained the whereabouts of the other warders, the identity of the party responsible for their disappearance. Agreed. Even so, if it means saving even a single life within Pandemonium, I'm not above asking Lalafell for help should it come to that. Move for? See discoveries. Pain Huntsman actually in a new light. The number of unknown elements in this investigation grows. Let's proceed forward with the utmost caution. To that end, I shall remain here for the time being. Much as I enjoy your company, I do not believe we shall be needing protection so long as we remain in We should take this time to rest. Surely you are weary. There may be more battles ahead of us. Jeremy's burden may grow heavier in your absence, but he's certain that he's more than capable of bearing. Still, I would help wheresoever I am able. All we've achieved so far has been linked to you two. I mean to repay the debt I owe. I don't know what use I can be outside of placing the creatures. Placating the creatures, but I'll find a way. Nonetheless, you owe us nothing. Nonsense. You owe nothing. It was thanks to your knowledge of the magics governing this place that we were able to come this far. Elsewise, we would have likely succumbed to the So, sorry, that's the lack of sleep back then. Each of us has arrived at this dire pass by separate paths. But it is only by combining our respective expertise that we will reach the end of it, the Pandemonium saved. Words. Thank you. The words seem to have affected me more than I realized. Together we will we've come this far, and together we'll reach the end. I have no doubt we will. Even so, let us allow Ronald his rest. Who sleeps anymore? Besides, you have someone awaiting a report on your progress. Yes, I dare say your story will be much more than they ever imagined. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot we are here because of someone else telling us to come here. I'm sorry, I forgot. Yeah, I kind of forgot that we're here because of a plot line from these guys. Ew. We'll check her. Checking levels. Welcome, Ronald. Back from the past. None the worse for wear, I see. So what did you find? Oh, you know. A horde. About like 2 or 3 crossovers that are happening at once in a place. Castlevania, Dark Souls, and Bloodborne. So there is evil afoot in Pandemonium. Already omnivorous place. I must say, mythic beasts and missing warders, truly. We are fortunate to see you return to us and run, please. It appears the voice Ronald heard for the crystal spoke the truth. As for who left it behind and why, those are yet questions to be answered. Indeed. It could be someone who lived among ancients, or it could be someone trying to avert a tragedy from the future. Much remains shrouded in mystery. But ilm by ilm, we shall unravel that mystery, with the help of Ronald, of course. By his action was the fabric of the past reshaped, yet returns to the same present he left. It could only mean one thing, that his intervention in Pandemonium's crisis is but one of the countless building blocks of history upon which our present has been built. There is no telling what consequences would arise if we stop pursuing this matter now. Whatever plot is unraveling within Pandemonium, we must not let it reach its conclusion. If one of those creatures should escape, what ripples would carry forth to the future? They might wreak havoc upon the world of the ancients, and their despair would leave an indelible mark upon history's pages. That despair would only feed the terrible beasts that arose during the final days. The first final days already had a drastic effect on the eons that followed, but the scars left were made even deeper, and we risked losing our present entirely. Whatever the cost, our connection, future of Elpis must be preserved. I know I've asked much of you already. Can I count on you to continue your work in Pandemonium? As long as you get me a cup of coffee. I kinda need it. Tireless effort are much appreciated. If there are not we can do to ease your burden, you need only say the word. Speaking of which, can you return to Chris keeping? While we cannot accompany you to the past, perhaps something could be gained by further. It shines just as splendidly as the day we met. We shall begin work right away. I cannot promise any mere meaningful results. Sometime it is matters and help us to be in a similar state. I must ask that you rest. Before that, allow me to make an introduction. As our research moves into the critical stage, I found it only suitable to recruit another assistant. He is an expert in armaments from throughout history, be they from the far-flung past or made in the most modern forges. Did you find aught of interest in your adventures? Bring it here. We'll be glad to offer her services. We know researchers in numerous fields that would love to get their hands on artifacts from Gaia and errors and would give you goods in return that should aid you in trials ahead. Furthermore, if you ever wish to pursue the records of events you have reported here, MGG has been taking faithful and thorough notes. Is at your complete disposal. This is the first time they've actually acknowledged that someone keeps track of your stuff, track of the story and the plot you've done so far, and even told you who to go to if you wanted to get your gear. I sense that we have embarked upon something monumental, something that will dwarf all else I have accomplished in my many years of research. I can think of no greater honor nor reassurance than to have your capable assistance in this endeavor. If there is anything to be found that will contribute to your success, we shall find it. We shall not rest until we have unlocked the mysteries of this crystal. You will be the first to know when we do.
Nice.
Oh, wait, we gotta pick these. I'll take Scorpion. And that's it. That's the entire thing. And that's it. That's it. That's the whole story. Oh. Well, that was a... Oh, that's a lot to take in now. When you really think about it, it's like, we met Lalafell's son. I guess we should refrain from telling him he turns into a psychotic maniac. Yeah. This was... Yeah, yeah. Boyfriend was able to set up this, and the 2 minutes that was left before the servers went down for maintenance last night. Yeah, I think he's supposed to be doing more today. Yeah, I did say I would try to get more of these presents things. So, but anyway, that's Pandemonium in a nutshell. Beginning part of it. First, for 1 through 4. Let's switch back to this. Gonna take a break to get coffee, and then we're gonna do crafting a gathering. Yeah, I have an addiction problem to that.